to M-Class Email.
Oh man, it's the best email show on the internet. Your mama says, I love it. I'm gonna have sex with it.
Unfortunately for your mama, this might be the final episode of M-Class Email. And I know,
What?
before you get too fucking angry and start emailing, I guess it wouldn't matter since we're not doing the show. But
Damn.
we're actually going to just be reading a couple emails at the end of the M-Class podcast episodes from now on. The whole reason why we started the M-Class Email show is, by the way, I'm Jeff, y'all. Good to see you.
Oh yeah, I'm Josh.
The reason why we started doing the email show is we got way too many emails to answer in M-Class podcast. Like, if you look at the early podcast episodes, our runtime was approaching 3 hours.
Is that what we did?
Yeah.
I don't even remember, man.
It's a long time, years ago now, actually.
Oh my god, we're old.
Yeah. That's the reason why we started it. Unfortunately, over the past, couple months, we started getting less and less emails. I guess because we fucking suck. I don't know. And,
Probably, that's the reason.
So it's been a little bit more difficult to do email because we would have to solicit emails and stuff, and that's not really what the show was supposed to be about.
Yeah, I'm not trying to solicit. It says no soliciting on the door.
I'm not trying to solicit. You can go to jail for that shit. So
Yeah, I know if you're in the wrong state, you gotta have a license. It's crazy.
depending on who you
bureaucracy.
solicit.
Oh right, yeah, that's yeah.
Look,
I was thinking like regular prostitution.
M-Class Email is not going away forever.
True.
The fact of the matter is, if we start getting too many emails to do on the podcast proper again, we'll probably just resurrect it. Call this a hiatus.
Yeah, it's like summer vacation.
Except it might really be like that song where school's out forever.
School's out for summer.
Who is that?
Alice Cooper.
Alice Cooper. You're right. You're right. When you're right, you're right, Josh.
When you're right, you're right.
So join us today, your Trek boys, in honoring 40 episodes of M-Class Email.
The big 40. Just like we're having like a midlife crisis.
That's
just
what
like,
it is.
What happens? I'm gonna need to go buy like a fucking Camaro or something.
Join us in honoring all those emailers who don't care about us anymore, so they stop sending in emails.
Yeah, are they busy?
I don't know. Thank you for everybody who did email in. Nobody is required to send emails to us. It was our own hubris. We flew too close to the sun.
That's right. We got too cocky, kid.
We did 40 episodes where we had too many emails. Well, we did 33 episodes where we had too many emails.
Yeah.
And we were fucking picking and choosing like kings.
It was a buyer's market. I don't know.
But now we're destitute for emails. Yep. We are going to the shelter to live.
We're like the Duke brothers at the end of Trading Places.
And we deserve it just as much as they do.
Maybe not as much. They were super racist.
That's true. As far as they know, neither of us are racist.
Yeah.
So
only to Klingons and shit.
It's true. Although my accent might sound like it, I'm not racist.
I don't even hear it anymore.
So join us for one final episode.
Oh man, take a shot every time we get an email.
Our first of our last emails
shot
is from Phantom Thief Goofus.
I love that Goofus.
Love that Goofus. There's actually there was a thing going on in the Discord where everyone had changed their names to Phantom Thief something. And they were all being Goofus. Even though Goofus is not in the Discord.
He's not in there. He couldn't even appreciate it. Well, now he knows.
There's a conspiracy theory around Phantom Thief Goofus. Did you know
it's this M-Class rabbit hole is it's ever changing. I can't keep up.
It's too deep. I can't keep up. I went in there earlier and they all had the word craze in their names. I don't know what the fuck that means.
I don't know. Let them do it. Just let them do it.
Yeah, they're having a good time. The conspiracy theory is that Phantom Thief Goofus is Tim Russ.
Really?
He's pretending to not be Tim Russ, even though he's a huge fan of M-Class. He doesn't want to be known.
He doesn't want anyone to know that he's a fan of our show.
Yeah.
If it is Tim Russ, that would be incredible.
I would love it if Phantom Thief Goofus ended up being Tim
Russ. Oh my god.
So the title of the email is Space Email.
It's Tim. I can tell. That's how he titles them.
Josh and Tim are like this. Ahoy, Trek boys. We gotta do it for the last one, right?
Yeah.
Trek
boys! We're saying it's the last one, even though we just said it probably wasn't.
It probably won't be. But anyway, hopefully Josh is feeling better from his space skeleton fever or whatever it was.
My skeleton hopped out of my mouth hole and danced around, and I just was like a puddle like Alex Mack on the bed.
It was a lot of fucking xylophone noises for some reason. They don't teach you that in biology class.
Yeah, that's like the 7th year of med school they teach you that.
Sorry I haven't written in a couple of episodes. I was executing a cool heist for a mysterious briefcase in Space Vegas.
Damn, that sounds fun. Like Ocean's 11.
It turns out it was drugs, so I threw it in a black hole. I'm no drug runner.
A thief with a heart.
I gotta
like
pitch
that.
it or ditch it for you guys.
Okay, I'm ready.
Peyote. TNG. Picard has a vision of the future. He has a vague premonition about him in a vineyard and a bad CGI irrigation drone. He tells Troy about this, and she asks, "So are you hopeful about this vision?" Picard then looks into the camera and shrugs.
Oh, pitch
That's
that.
pretty on the nose.
I love it.
I'll pitch it.
I see what you did there, Tim.
He does have a B plot. Tim Russ has a B plot for us.
Tim Russ Goofus. It's hard to say.
Tim Goof Russ.
There you go.
Somebody in the Discord did that.
Well, just steal it. I won't know.
Phantom Thief Goof Russ.
Wow.
I think that was Ben. I think Ben Bueller did that.
That's good. I like that.
B plot, Data celebrates Father's Day by himself because he absorbed the memories of Lol, and it would be something she would probably want to do.
That's too sad. I'm ditching that.
Man, The Offspring was a pretty good episode, just like the band. Anyways.
I don't know. I think the episode might have been better than the band.
episode is better than the band, even though I do like the band.
I don't hate the band. They're good. I just think the episode's better.
Anyway, Riker spends the day with him because he already punched his dad in the face and has nothing better to do.
Yeah.
Plus, he might be a father, so why not?
It's amazing.
Worf also tags along because he too is a dad. Then he gets beaten up by the son of that barrel that crippled. I'm gonna hard pitch that one.
All right. You had me at punching a dad. I was like, all right, that sounds like a Father's Day we can get behind.
See you, Space Trek boys. You're gonna carry that space weight.
Man, there's so many fucking Cowboy Bebop references.
Signed, Phantom Thief Goofus, captain and founder of Cool Crimes Inc. No cops allowed. Cool ghost emoji.
Amazing.
Thank you, Tim Russ.
Great
Appreciate that email.
Tim.
Tim Russ loves the show.
I can't believe it. I mean, I can, but I just have to say I can't believe it, so I appear humble.
I would like to take this moment to remind everybody that we had a Pitch It or Ditch It contest going on. The deadline was last night, so I've gone through all of our...
They don't know what last night was.
Last night was the 29th of May. So
I don't know
went
what last night was.
I went through our entrants. We had Jack Frazee, Captain VSK. We had Paul Turner, Poppy Jenkins, and Protodam all sent in their peyotes for redeeming Wesley Crusher, which was an impossible task that we tasked people with.
It's almost torture, I would say. It's cruel and unusual.
And it was in order to win a Blu-ray box set of the Star Trek The Original Series movie series.
Awesome prize.
As given by Flesh Colored Ranger, which is a very off-putting name, but a very great guy.
His Twitter pictures, I always see it. I just always see it, and I always kind of
in your dreams.
Yeah, I close my eyes and I see it, and I'm like, ugh.
In your nightmares, it follows you down alleys However, the winner was the one person I didn't mention. Hopefully, they were probably like, "Fuck, you didn't get it."
Fuck yeah.
But the winner was Harvey Rollins, civilian holoprogram designer.
And son of Henry Rollins.
Yes. Son that Henry Rollins loves very much, but is never mentioned publicly.
Yeah. Well, you know.
It is a fairly long pitch it or ditch it that I will, I'll post on the Twitter or something. Like, I'll post, like, some screen grabs of it on the Twitter so you guys can read it. But the gist of it is that, back on the USS Stargazer, where Picard was working with Wesley Crusher's dad, they were under attack by a Ferengi and used a Picard maneuver that warped the ship from one location to another and left behind an after image in order to fool the Ferengi. And then, of course, Wesley's father dies because he has to die.
From whiplash from the Picard maneuver?
Yeah. He gets, like, severely injured because he had to use his own hand as the conductor to get the warp to execute.
Damn.
So he died a great hero, and he's also a genius since he figured out how to turn a hand into a warp conductor. But the idea is his soul was transferred into Wesley Crusher's body by this. He was he was like overwritten into Wesley Crusher's existence so that they shared one existence together. Wesley had no idea about this.
Oh my God.
So the reason why Wesley was so fucking smart and he could figure out all these problems is that his father was doing it for him.
I like that. I like it.
And like Harvey went through like a bunch of different episodes where Wesley like figured something out or knew something. His whole life story basically with his father's genius and soul like imprinted on him. And then when the villager at the end, the Native American, reveals himself to be the Traveler.
Yeah.
And
takes him away on a...
He accompanies him.
Fantastic voyage. Slide, somebody slide.
He gets to speak with his father's spirit as they're separated.
Okay.
And learns that they've been together this whole time. Like, Wesley's been, like, craving his father
that's kind of
being
cool.
returned and, like, knowing who his father is this whole life, and he's been with him the whole time.
That's... Alright. I think that's as close as we're gonna get. Right?
I think that is. Like, I still don't like Wesley, but it makes me feel for him a little bit,
I feel like it's... agreed.
And it also, like, explains away all of his, like... Mary Sue-ness.
His Mary Sue-ness, or what's the male? Larry Lou.
Gary Stu.
Gary Stu. It's something like that.
Yeah. So, Harvey Rollins, please get in contact with us with your shipping information. You can send that to mclassemail@gmail.com. You are the Pitch It or Ditch It Challenge winner.
Amazing. Our first Pitch It or Ditch It Challenge.
Thank you so much, everybody who entered, and hopefully you'll enjoy those DVDs, Harvey.
Yeah, Blu-rays.
Blu-rays. So
you're gonna need a Blu-ray player.
Give him a round of applause. Hold your hands away from the mic.
That's a golf clap for you.
Hell yeah. So, moving on to our regularly scheduled emails. Our next email...
Somebody win another prize in this one? I hope so.
Oh, no. I wish. Our next email is from Charles.
In charge of me.
You make that joke every time.
You gotta keep them consistent, man, or they'll start to think there's something wrong with you.
It is entitled, Fun Fact, the Pennington Maneuver is when you get a drawing-based strain injury.
That's not good.
That's a bad maneuver, everybody. Don't use that one.
Oh, man.
Hey there, Turek boys.
Turek boys.
Greetings from a wormhole next to Satellite M. Shit, I was wondering what that was.
Oh, is that what that's keeping me up all night?
It's just constant bright light. I thought wormholes were supposed to eat light.
No, it's black holes.
Ugh. Somehow a Ferengi businessman, one Mo Latinum, realized that the wormhole here shoots radio broadcasts across all of time and space.
Wow.
He rigged up a probe to transmit ads. The frequency will interfere with brainwaves in humans, so while we're setting up a dampening field, I'd like to get your opinion on some mini topics.
Okay.
1. Ghosts. Most of the time, Star Trek has ghosts. It's horrible. Is it because Star Trek hugs the line of hard sci-fi that it feels out of place?
Yeah, we were just talking about that. That's so weird.
Yeah, I'm always talking about the ghost of Fuck Crusher.
you want to be that ghost.
Why not me in my afterlife, right?
Yeah, well, like, the thing is, like, because it's Star Trek, you know it's not a ghost. Like, it's never a ghost. It's like Scooby-Doo. It's never a fucking ghost, right? It's always, like, Old Man Withers, and in Star Trek, it's always, like, super sentient being from
like,
another dimension or
Fucking
whatever.
phase disruption,
Yeah.
keeping somebody out of line with our dimension, like...
Yeah, it's always some bullshit.
I think
It's
it
so-
is because they try and explain away the ghost with like a science fiction reason, and they're never
Yeah.
doing a ghost for like horror reasons. It's always
Right.
like, this is weird.
It's the exact opposite of why X-Files works, where, like,
Yeah.
sometimes it is a ghost, right? Like, in the X-Files, it's like, there's some crazy shit. But...
They were like, they don't use it for spookiness. They don't try and make a scary story with ghosts. They try and make a sexy story with ghosts.
sexy story with ghosts, or like I guess like when the Mark Twain, it's like they're like kind of scary and they're kind of ghosts, but they're not, or some shit, right?
guess.
Like they're like Ophidian, like the snake demon things. I don't fucking know.
So I think that answers that one.
Yeah, it's because fucking it's always Old Man Withers.
Fucking Old Man Withers.
Always dressing up like a ghost trying to fuck Crusher.
2, goblins.
You mean Ferengi?
Ghosts, yeah, he does actually.
Yeah.
The number one was ghosts, and the second one is goblins. I very much appreciate
Good
that.
game. Good game.
If the Ferengi were attacked by a species that specifically wanted to eradicate them, how would the galaxy's factions respond?
They wouldn't let it happen. Well, the Federation would.
No, the Federation would for sure step in.
Yeah, the
I think
Federation.
the Klingons
yeah.
probably would not help the Federation with that, though. Because Klingons hate Ferengi.
Yeah, they might, unless if there was like some kind of trade, like maybe like the Ferengi are really good at getting blood wine or Gok or something.
Oh,
you know what I
dude,
mean?
you know who would get in on it? Is the
Who?
Cardassians.
Yeah,
They would for sure like show up and be
Yamik
like,
sauce.
we're trying to we're reaching out a hand of friendship to try and
Yeah.
help you or whatever, but they would for sure be trying to take their resources.
Yeah, they
along
want
the way
that-
as well.
Dude, they want the Yamik sauce, dude.
Gotta
What
get
is it
that
called?
Yamik sauce.
Is that what's called? Yamik sauce?
Yeah, Yamik sauce. There's a
Fish.
there's
gross
a
guts.
Tumblr called Food Replicator,
Okay.
where this lady goes through all these recipes all these things that people eat and drink on Star Trek and creates them in real life.
That's awesome.
And
Yo,
she
I
made Yamik sauce using like hollandaise and stuff, and it looks fucking amazing.
bet it's good, but oh god,
Yeah, fish guts juice doesn't sound great.
I don't think she'll listen to this. My friend Zane, I got her the Skyrim cookbook for her birthday.
Oh, that's awesome.
And I was like looking at it, and I was like, I want this book. I'm just gonna fucking keep it.
So she didn't get it. Is what you're
No,
saying?
it's not her birthday yet. But like, I can't make any of the thing. Like, I'm not good enough to do that shit. And like, she'll actually like try to like make it and shit. You know, I won't. I'll never try. So it's
the
wasted
thing
on
is
me.
like I'm really thinking about going through the Food Replicator site and like
And
trying
try
to
it?
make some of that stuff.
I would love to do that. That'd be great, man.
like I especially want to try like Plomeek soup.
yeah.
Like they make it out of beets and stuff, and I've never eaten beets really.
well,
so
get
I would
ready
like
for
to-
your butthole to look like it's bleeding, dude.
good. Fucking good.
It's gonna scare you. You're gonna be like,
Like-
what the fuck?
Like she has like Ractagino recipes.
I
that
would
are, like,
love to try
They
that.
have like a little bit of chocolate and a little bit of cinnamon in them.
I bet it. Oh god, but how strong? It's like espresso. I always thought it was like super strong.
Like apparently the way she makes it, it's stronger than regular coffee, but it's not like espresso.
Like
strong.
Vietnamese coffee. Like, did you ever have
Probably
Vietnamese
something like
coffee?
that, yeah.
It's so strong. It's like goddamn crazy.
It's probably not that strong then, but because she mentions it not being anywhere near as strong as they mention it being sometimes.
Oh well, I want the real thing, man.
then,
I want the
like,
real damn thing.
Jake Sisko wouldn't be fucking drinking it if it was that strong.
Yeah, but it's
Like-
replicated, so it's probably fine, right? Like they
Yeah.
probably like don't.
Like it's probably like she made the replicated version of it, right?
right, like the synthahol version of Aractagino.
And that's the cool thing as well, is like every alcohol that anyone has ever drank in Star Trek is on that as a mixed drink.
That's awesome. Andorian ale.
Yep.
Oh,
It looks cool as hell too, and like the cup that she has, it's like blue
green.
as fuck.
Oh, fuck.
It looks so cool. I'll have to link it to you.
I wanna
Remind me
drink
before we
that.
get off this.
I will not remember.
3, ghosts again. Remember the time the Enterprise almost met Jesus? It was on the Space Roman planet. That was weird,
Yeah.
wasn't it?
Is Jesus a ghost?
The Holy Ghost.
Oh, that's right. He's like 3 things. He's like him, and then he's like his dad, and then he's like a ghost.
He's Goku, Super Saiyan Goku, and Super Saiyan Blue Goku.
Oh, God Goku? Is he
Yeah.
in God Goku? Yeah. What's Goku with the red hair? What's that one? That's like a
Ultra
new-
Instinct Goku.
Is that it? I have
Yeah.
a toy of that. I got a toy of that.
Dragon Ball Super is lame. Like, I know there's a
Yeah.
lot of people who love it, but like, I do get a real fucking kick out of it because like, I don't watch a whole lot of it, but after Dragon Ball Z ended, like,
Yeah.
the internet was just chock full of this shit called Dragon Ball AF after Future.
Dragon Ball as fuck.
Yeah, and like, and like, all it was people coming up with hideous, stupid new Super Saiyan forms, and they like go through
Yeah.
dimensions and fight each other.
Oh my
And that's what
God.
Dragon Ball Super is. They did the same thing.
It's the same thing. Yeah. No, after Z ends, that's it for me. Even like the Boo saga, like I could do without that.
It gets a little ridiculous. Like,
I'm good.
there
Yeah.
really is like, it hits this height at
Cell.
the Frieza saga,
The Frieza saga is
like where the
incredible.
greatest evil in the universe is the villain,
Yeah.
and Goku fucking obliterates a planet to kill him.
Yeah.
And then the next arc is let's have a tournament.
Oh, what's the next one? Isn't there like
The Cell
garlic
one.
Oh yeah, but garlic is like the mini one. That's in
Garlic
between.
happens like before the Saiyans even.
Oh, is that true? I don't remember.
I think he
It's-
comes back because Goku's
Garlic
dead in
Jr.
the second one.
Yeah. I like the Cell saga. Cell's okay.
Cell
I
Saga's
mean,
good, but like I feel like
Yeah.
it really reached its peak.
you can't go. I mean, there's nothing after that, right? Like what? Like then like Gohan is a superhero. It's like who cares?
I love that. I
Like,
think it's funny as hell. But
Super
the
Saiyaman. He's banging his Hercules' daughter.
dude, I used to really fucking love. I still do love the movies that came to America, like the Dragon
Yeah.
Ball Z movies. Like
I have the Broly one. I have that one.
Oh yeah,
With
like, I really
a
love.
soundtrack featuring Sum 41.
Fuck yeah.
It's like a fucking PMV.
Like I fucking love like World's Strongest.
Yeah.
And like Tree of Might and shit. Those are great movies.
Fuck. Man, I gotta watch these.
World's Strongest has like a great little storyline where like this mad scientist wants the perfect body for his brain. Like he's a brain in a jar in a robot.
Yeah.
And he wants the perfect body, and he thinks the strongest man on Earth is Master Roshi because he's old. He doesn't know
old.
about any of the new heroes. So he kidnaps Master Roshi, and Goku shows up to save him, and like Goku just fucking trounces all over everybody.
That's awesome. That's like pure like fan fiction, right? Like then Goku shows up and just beats the shit out of everyone.
Like he like it seems like he might have a hard time for like a second, but then he just
Yeah.
starts fucking everybody up.
Yep, it's great.
He continues after that question. He says, "Do you love the taste of algae mix? It's the new supplement from." Oh, I blacked out for a second there.
Oh, his scanner wore off or something.
But I think the dampening field is online now, and it looks like the timeline is stable. Anyway,
thank
have
God.
fun on that satellite, boys.
Yeah, we will.
Signed Charles, Agent, Starfleet Intelligence, and now patron.
Yay!
Welcome aboard.
Get on that Discord and change your name to something stupid.
Yeah, everybody loves it.
It's the new hot shit.
It's the new hotness. Everybody change your name to New Hotness. when you
New
hear
hotness
this.
than your name. Yeah.
Thank you, Charles.
Good email.
I did see something out the window, but Perfect Strangers was on, so
It's always on, dude. We're on like season 90 and they only made like 7 seasons.
we just keep holodecking new seasons together.
Standing tall.
Fuck, I love that theme.
It's
Did I ever
amazing.
link you to the explicit version of that somebody
No,
did?
I don't think
They
so.
literally just changed, like, they add fucking twice into it.
That's cool.
Fucking standing tall
Dude.
on the wings of our dreams.
That's gotta be one of the best themes to any show
Oh,
ever.
yeah. Fuck yeah, I love that
It's
song.
so good.
Our next email is from Captain Desrath, who I've been
hey.
calling by his full name the whole time, Ben,
Ben.
the hero of Pride Month for
right.
M-Class Podcast fans.
Yep.
And it is entitled LGBT Trek.
There you go.
So I'm guessing it's going to be a short email,
Okay.
considering how little of that exists.
It's all like shrouded in metaphor.
My dearest Trek 'em Up boys. In honor of Pride Month, I thought it'd be a good time to reflect on LGBT plus Star Trek episodes that I really liked and left a positive impression on.
Okay, that's good.
Unfortunately, I couldn't think of a single one.
Oh, he got me.
So then I thought, surely there must be one I've just forgotten. So I looked up a list of LGBT plus representation episodes for inspiration, and wouldn't you know, it still came up short.
Yeah, there's not ever a direct, like, coming out of and saying it, right? Like, there's never,
It's
always
like,
some sort of, like, alien, like the transgendered ones,
Yeah, it's
sorta.
That's like a backwards metaphor. Like if you flip the metaphor, which
Yeah.
muddies the metaphor a little bit. But
Yeah, the metaphor doesn't work that well.
their heart was in the right place is really all I can say about it.
Yeah, I don't know, man.
I know this has come up previously, and we've also been talking about it on the Discord from time to time. Conversations you could take a part of for as little as $1 a month.
Oh, thanks. That's such a good commercial.
But Star Trek has a real LGBT plus problem. All the
Yeah.
episodes that came to mind either end with conversion therapy or have some BS twist to them, so that either the characters aren't actually LGBT plus.
Right.
See, those previous 2 episodes with Trill are only fake versions of them all.
Right,
See
right.
Mirror, Kira, and Ezri.
Yeah.
While we're on the subject, the Mirror Universe LGBT plus stuff is the worst. Applying queerness to your villains and making them more other is the oldest trick in the book, and 100% not positive representation.
Yeah, it's lame. It's super fucking lame.
Recently, folks on the Discord watched the DS9 documentary What We Left Behind.
Oh fuck, I want to see that.
I did
Fuck.
too. Like, I missed it. Like, I just completely missed it. By the
Where
time
was
I heard
it?
It was a Fathom event.
It's Fathom.
Like,
You got. I'm not doing Fathom. Fuck that
yeah,
shit.
that's like, I'm sure they're gonna release it somewhere.
Yeah, I'll get it. I'll pick it up or something.
Apparently, Ira Stephen Bear straight up says that they didn't do enough to tell the stories of the queer community. The
Yeah.
modern series aren't much better in this regard.
No, they're worse. I think
Yeah.
because
Enterprise-
like there's no excuse.
That's like the rant I went on last episode.
Yeah.
Like, there's no excuse that they wouldn't be doing so much more and so much better in the year 2019, you know?
Right.
Enterprise does a little bit better with its AIDS analogy.
Yeah, with the
Disease
disease.
transmitted by mind melding, which can only be performed by an ostracized minority.
Yeah. Yeah.
But it's about 20 years too late. Disco has a gay couple, but then they just go ahead and bury one of them. Spoilers, they bring him back and then he hates his husband and they get a divorce, so...
That's what I mean. Like I feel like as like incomplete as the stories were back like 20, 30 years ago. What's the reason now? Like why
Yeah, I
can't
mean, they had the
why
whole,
are
like-
there no story? And part of it I think is because Discovery is fucking like so fucking up its own butt about being like a fucking what non-episodic that like they can't just take time out to like tell a story about these people.
It's true. And I mean, like, it's 100% true, like, the whole bury your gays thing. Like, you can't have 2
Yeah.
gay characters in a show who are into each other because one of them then has to die. Because what if the audience thinks it's icky?
I don't understand it. I don't. One of the only parts I like about the new Star Trek is when Sulu meets his husband and their kid. I was like, oh, that's so great because like
I feel like they should have done a little bit more with that. Even
it's
like,
a nod to George Takei. I know he doesn't like it for whatever reason.
I've
he
never
has.
understood his
I
reasoning.
don't
for that.
understand. I look, he played the guy, whatever, but like it's a nod to George, and Kirk is there like finding it like really wholesome. It's a really nice moment. It's the only good thing that ever fucking came out of those movies, honestly. And like, but what's the point now? Like, what's the problem now? Like, I don't know, man. I just don't understand why they can't.
The thing about Discovery is like they like fridge the like boyfriend. I don't know if they're married or not, but
I think they were.
I've constantly referred to them that way, but
I
they
think so.
They
yeah.
fridge his husband, Stamets' husband.
Yeah.
And they bring him back, and then they don't like love each other. He doesn't love him anymore or whatever, and it's like, you made the two cardinal mistakes in a row for having gay characters.
I don't understand.
You killed your gays, and then you ruined any sort of relationship they had with each other.
Why doesn't he love him anymore?
It's all for fucking, like, interpersonal conflict's sake. We have to make up the dumbest fucking personal conflicts we can make up.
Right. It's not hard enough to, like, be on a ship with your husband and be gay, right? It's like,
and it was
but
like
one of them dies.
It was like an O'Brien and Keiko situation as well, where like he's not in Starfleet.
Right.
And it was like, there's a lot of conflict that can come up from that, but instead he just gets killed and resurrected, and he doesn't feel his feelings anymore. The end.
Man, I don't even
They might
know
change. They might do something better, but for now, it's like, it's pretty piss poor considering like the environment for representation we're in at this point. Like, there are children's shows with like
fucking
LGBTQ plus representation.
She-Ra, man, I watched the end of She-Ra, and what's his name? Bo has two dads.
Bo has two dads.
Yeah, it's great. It's
I did a really cool commission that a fella named Graham, Skeleton Gentleman on everything, I think, he commissioned me to do Bo wearing a T-shirt that says "I heart my two dads" on it.
I saw that.
And I had a lot of fun doing that one because he always has his stomach showing. So I was like, "Fuck, I'm gonna do like a tied off crop top.
Like a fucking crop top."
And it was so fun. Yeah. But yeah, it's like there's a different world of representation at this point, and it feels like Star Trek is still muddying around in the old one.
Yeah, well, Star Trek isn't good anymore, so I don't know why we're surprised. Or it's just sad. It's just fucking stupid. I think it's dumb as shit.
Ben continues, I guess my point is, if we want positive future LGBT plus folks, we need to work together to make it ourselves.
Yeah.
If you want a small way to start, you can do so today by adding or upping a pledge to the M-Class Podcast Patreon through the month of June. That's Pride Month, folks.
Woo!
After all the payments have processed, I'll be matching pledges over $500 to donate to the Trevor Project, with a maximum of $750 donation.
Do it! Let's make him pay!
At the time of this writing, we are looking at $314 for donating.
Almost halfway.
In addition, one Tapon of the USS Tapon's radio program has pledged to match my donations.
Tapon.
Bringing the running total to $628.
Nice.
Finally, if you'd like to contribute directly to the Trevor Project, which is an amazing, amazing nonprofit organization for helping like LGBTQ plus teenagers, and especially those that are at risk of suicide. It's a suicide prevention hotline is their main purpose. You can head on over to www.thereicontributed.com. If you donate via this route, please remember to dedicate the donation to First Name M-Class, Last Name Podcast.
Nice.
Let's go show the world our pride.
Yeah!
Yours proudly, Captain of the mess hall aboard the USS Lollipop F, Desrath.
Wait, was it always the F?
No, it started out as the A.
He's going through ships like crazy, man.
Actually, it started out as the USS Lollipop.
It was just a regular, it wasn't,
It's a ship of all captains. There's a whole, like, behind-the-scenes story.
That's right, I forgot, It's hard to keep track of a lot of these. That one's funny, though.
But, think about that. Like, if we get $750 for donating to the Trevor Project, like, if we can get that much money in for Ben to be donating it, then Tapon will come in and match it, and we will be giving the Trevor Project $1,500.
I would love to do that. I would love for that to happen.
That would be
Be great.
absolutely fucking amazing. Like, Josh and I have a very small platform here with M-Class.
Yeah.
And it would be really great to do something that amazing with it, or at least help facilitate something that amazing. We're not the ones who are doing it. It's all Ben's idea.
Right. But yeah, no, I agree. I think it would make me feel really good, and I think it's for a really, really good cause.
So definitely up your pledge for that. You'll be helping us to make the podcast better, as always, and you'll be getting access to a ton of free content as well, but you'll be creating a donation to the Trevor Project, the likes of which none of us could do on our own.
Yep.
So
We need you.
So do it.
Do it!
Make it so, actually.
There
Make
you
it
go.
So. Thank you for that email, Ben, and thank you for just being a really great guy.
Yeah, thanks for for doing that and writing that all out so we could read it, because it's hard to remember all of that information.
I have a saved email that has all that information
There you
in
go.
it, thankfully, that I refer to over and over again.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like I'm pretty good at the pitch. I feel like
you're
I
good.
could...
You're good. You're better at it than I am. I'm not good at. I had to do that shit with the football podcast, and I did okay, but I'm not a very good ad reader. There's a flow to it I don't have.
I think you could do it if you believed in yourself more.
Well, that's the problem.
That's what made me immediately think that I could do sponsorships for the podcast and still make them fun and interesting, because I'm pretty good at doing that, I think.
You can read like copy really well.
Thank you. I'm finally good at something. Our next email is from Boston Sean.
B. Sean Dupree.
And it's entitled Best of Both Worlds. Very ingeniously entitled.
That's the name of the show we just watched.
Jeff, Josh, you wonderful boys of Trek.
Hi.
Big fan of cliffhangers here. This episode came out when I was 6. I was most certainly not watching Star Trek at 6 years old.
Well, what were you fucking doing, man?
I wonder what it would have been like in 1990, ending season 3 in this fashion. Josh knows.
I remember it. I mean, I was 7 and my worldview was super limited, but I knew how crazy it was, because I love Star Trek. I would watch it all the time. It was Star Trek, because I didn't have cable, so I got to watch 3 things, Star Trek and The Simpsons was just coming on, some shit like that, right?
Did you watch Married with Children?
I did, mostly at my grandparents, though. They had it on a lot. My parents didn't watch it.
My parents loved it, and I actually loved it too when I was a kid.
It's super funny.
I still mention 4 touchdowns in a single game.
Yes, I do too. I do too, man. What did I say the other day? I was like, oh, Todd Gurley, he's like the Al Bundy of football players.
I mention that all the time when I'm making fun of people who live their glory days in high school.
Yeah,
I'm always like, man, it's just scoring 4 touchdowns in a single game. You never
Rico,
forget that.
He's gonna throw that football over that mountain, dude.
TV was a lot different then. There wasn't gossip blogs and Twitter to theorize. All you had was water cooler talk, and somehow I don't think Trek was a huge topic for the cooler. Not with Cheers on. What the fuck were people talking about with Cheers? Will they or won't they?
Yeah, Cheers was, dude. I will admit, I hate Cheers. I hate it.
I think Cheers is better than Frasier, but I still don't like either of them that much.
I watched all of Frasier because I had a girlfriend who loved Frasier.
I hate Frasier.
I don't hate it, but I'm not into it. I don't like it that much.
So you're more of you like Frasier more than Cheers.
I do.
I'm the exact opposite.
My dad loved Cheers, and I don't know if it's because he liked it and I wasn't really old enough to get it or whatever. But I was always just why are they always here?
That's a good question.
They're always in this fucking bar.
The thing with Cheers is there was a 5 in 800 episode chance that Harry the Hat was going to show up and trick everybody. And I loved that when I was a kid.
I watched Night Court. I did watch Night Court.
Dude, I fucking love Night Court. Still to this day. Great show.
Night Court's great. Dude, fuck yeah.
I do remember watching this episode in syndication, but at that point I only needed to wait a day to see it resolved.
Yeah.
However, it was in standard definition, and I couldn't tell that the Borg had put prosthetic abs on our captain. I couldn't help but laugh upon rewatch.
Nah, man.
Dude,
those
there's
are
our
real.
prosthetic.
Yeah, those are real, dude.
Those are his real abs forcing their way through the metal
Yeah.
because they're so strong.
He, like, bent the prop. He, like, bent it to conform to his rippling abs.
Now he just put it on, and the abs like burst into it like a cartoon. They were like, boom, 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 boom.
Yeah.
And then one more somehow. Boom.
But you don't see it, so where is it?
Yeah. And now, pitch it or ditch it. One, after mind melding with Sarek, Picard adopts his mating cycle. Thursday at 8, catch Pawn far, far away.
Oh my god. You know what? Fuck it. Pitch it.
You could do an actual Star Trek episode out of that. That like
You
the
could.
lingering effects of Sarek's mind meld has given Picard Pon farr, and they have to figure out a way
To get him.
to get rid
Yeah.
of Pon farr and a human the first time ever.
It could be like a somewhat kind of funny episode, like a tongue-in-cheek episode, right?
Yeah, like Crusher's trying to fucking treat
Yeah.
him, and he's trying to get the real treatment.
Yeah,
you know?
he's trying to get cured.
So it would be like the Enterprise episode, but way more rapey and creepy. So ditch it.
So yeah, you know what? After that, you're right. I think.
2, Geordi accidentally loses the warp core in a poker game. Picard needs to win it back in a space billiards tournament. Call it Domjot Junkies.
Oh my god. You know what? I want to ditch that, but I also want to see it. Weirdly,
Yeah, I would watch that. I don't know how you lose the warp core in a poker game.
You couldn't have them like take the warp core out. Like you'd have to like make it so like aliens like lay claim to it or something, and they go to like a space station where like
maybe it's like they end up meeting a race who every type of problem they have they solve through gambling.
yeah, they're like gamblers.
And
yeah,
they like the crew mistake that. They don't understand that.
They think it's just
they think
a
they're
game.
just playing
Yeah.
a game.
Yeah.
And like Geordi makes a joke. He's like, "Well, I don't have anything else unless you guys would
Want the
accept
warp core."
The
Yeah,
warp
yeah.
core."
Yeah.
And they're all like, "We would." And he's like, "No, I was just joking." And then they like pull out their guns on him and
he
they're like,
has to do
"Sit
it.
down."
Yeah, yeah.
And then he has to.
Yeah, but they don't. I guess like the story would be then how do they like maybe it's like kind of like the DS9 episode where they go to the holodeck to pull off of Ocean's 11. They have to like scam their way back into like
Oh yeah,
You know,
like
getting
Picard
the
has to
core back.
like it could be as simple as like Picard is like we'll have like a billiards tournament, but we
Right.
don't have any billiards on the ship, so we'll have to go to the holodeck.
right
And they program the holodeck so that they win.
right.
Like there's no way for Picard to lose, so he like runs a shark like a game like a fucking
He hustles
pool
them.
shark game on him. Yeah.
And like Data is like somehow like malfunctions or something, and like he can't play pool. Like he's their ringer or some shit like
Yeah,
that.
but Picard has to do
But
it.
he
He's
has to
like,
step
I haven't
up.
played billiards since my days
Yeah.
in the academy.
Since I got stabbed in the chest, and now I have this fucking fake heart in me.
I'm gonna pitch this realistic version of the episode we created.
yeah. I will also pitch it.
Same plot as above, but it's Tom Paris and Janeway.
Nope.
Ditch it.
Tom Paris. I don't want to watch him do anything.
No,
I don't care.
I don't even dislike Tom Paris in the same way a lot of other people do. I do
Yeah.
find him very boring.
He's milquetoast, man. For like the space criminal, he's like a fucking boring ass moron. Ugh. I wouldn't watch him fuck his wife.
So Tom Paris was like supposed to be the bad boy, right? Why would
Yeah.
you choose the guy who looks like Howdy Doody to be your bad boy?
They fucked up. They really fucked up when they made him not the character that is from TNG. Like
Yeah, I
they
forget
really
his
needed
name,
to
but
do that. They needed like I don't know why. Just pay the guy. Pay him off.
4, Deep Space Nine hosts a chili cook-off, but Cisco's family spices have gone missing. Odo's on the case.
All right. I'm turning to Kevin here. I love all these ones about
Quark
food.
has stolen it, for sure. Like, he's in the chili cook-off.
Yeah.
Here's a
He's-
punch-up for that.
Yeah. Go.
Here's a punch-up for that. The chili cook-off is because an alien species is visiting the Federation aboard the station.
Yeah, Deep Space Nine. Yeah.
And they are big into chili.
They love hot
Earth
stuff.
chili.
Yeah, they like spicy foods.
Yeah, and they love spicy foods. It's all they eat. So they found when they met humans the first time, they got really into chili.
Right.
So they have a chili cook-off with them, and the aliens put up like this it's supposed to be a diamond or whatever, right?
Right.
But it turns out that it is the perfect shape and quantum density to focus a laser through that is so unbelievably powerful that every fucking weapons runner in the quadrant
tries to steal
wants
it. Yeah, it's like
so they all show up to the chili cook-off.
like a kyber crystal, right? Like
like somebody has stolen Cisco's family spices because they found out that he's won the chili cook-off every time they've had it.
It's just a trophy. It's the trophy for the contest.
Yeah, it's like nobody knows. Nobody knows.
It's made out of some crazy shit.
Nobody knows that the crystal is so fucking perfect.
Yeah.
That you can.
Oh my god!
Like if you focus phasers through it, it creates a weapon that can cut a planet in half.
It's like a super phaser. Yeah, it's just crazy. All right, I'm in. And there's chili involved. Fuck yeah, man.
Dude, I should be writing this episode, this whole show.
Great.
Fuck.
I would love. This is great. I love it.
I'm gonna pitch that one for sure.
And you get to have some funny moments where like O'Brien, because he's Irish, eats like some chili and he can't handle it because Irish people.
Yeah, he's like, this isn't goat's fucking bladder. What is this?
Yeah, what is this, sheep's stomach or whatever? That's not Scotland, but whatever.
Haggis is Scotland, yeah. Shit.
Look, they're my people. I can make fun of them.
Josh always says my people like I'm not also Irish. Guess I'm not red enough.
Nope.
That's all I got. Signed, Ballston Sean, Petty Transport Officer, currently looking for a new assignment. I hear the Lollipop is a good ship.
Oh, nice one.
I wonder if you have to be a captain or to be assigned, or if you automatically get promoted to captain once assigned.
I think they offer you like a good captain's options, like stock options and stuff.
Dude, get me on that ship. Get me off this fucking satellite.
Why? Are you sick of it?
No.
I mean, we got Perfect Strangers and Dune Buggies. What else do you need?
I guess you're right. Do they have Perfect Strangers and Dune Buggies aboard the USS Lollipop?
And maybe. I don't know.
Our next email is from Alan M.K. Jenkins Esquire.
Wow.
And it is entitled First Time, Long Time.
Okay.
And it begins with violin music plays.
All right.
So have fun not having that in the background.
I'm not going to do it, but...
Dearest Trek Boys, it has been several star days since the beginning of M-Class Podcast, but this is my first time writing you.
Whoa.
I write at a period of strife, as I struggle through the first season of TNG because I have a disease that makes it impossible to skip things.
Good, that's a good thing to do. It'll be worth it, trust me. It's worth it.
We found out about my affliction in the year of our Space Lord, 1995, when my mother bought me a Skip It and I almost died.
You mean a Morning Star for children?
I like that you changed it from Bop It to Skip It so that everybody would get that joke immediately. What are your tips for getting through the episodes like Code of Honor, where I want to end it all? My tip is to not watch it. Just fucking...
Look, no, I disagree. We rarely disagree, but I think you should watch it because it makes the other episodes so much better. Like, to see, like, the arc of the show, oh my god. Now, having said that, I myself, having seen the episode, will not watch it because I've seen it.
Here's the proper path. A lot of people used to write in and ask about this. I guess everybody found out and they don't ask anymore.
Yeah.
The best way to get into Star Trek is to find a watch list online. There's one going around the Discord right now that's really good. And watch through that watch list until you're hooked. Until you're like, this show's fucking amazing, and I really want to watch more of it.
And then you say,
and then you go back to the beginning and start watching.
Here's my suggestion. Find my watch list.
It's stupid. Don't do it.
Find my watch list, which is the Wikipedia page for all the episodes, and start at number 1.
Wow, what a terrible idea, Josh.
They need it. Look, I'm not gonna coddle these people. They need to need to do it how we did it.
Josh, not a fan of coddling. We've established that.
Get the fuck, grow up and watch the episodes. You'll be better for it.
Just do the watch list until you're hooked, then watch the episodes from the beginning.
Do all of them because you need to.
You just run the risk of, like, somebody watches, like, 3 bad episodes in a row of Star Trek, and they're like, I can't get into the show.
Dude, survival of the fittest, man.
And then they'll never know how great Star Trek is.
Survival, they were never invited to the party anyway, then. They couldn't hack it.
Damn.
I did
Sorry,
it, and I
Alan.
love it.
Sorry, Alan. Looks like you're fucked. I don't know what to tell you.
Jeff's the drill sergeant you want. I'm the one you don't want.
It's true. Like, usually in, like, the sugar and spice, like, sunshine and rain duo, I'm the spice and rain.
I don't know.
But for some reason on M-Class, I'm not.
I think it's pretty even. It evens out.
It's true. It goes back and forth pretty heavily, depending on what we're talking about.
It's a 1-2 punch, really. You can't avoid it.
Finally, remember how in Star Trek with Kevin Sorbo, they had guns that looked like big double-ended dildos? Weird.
I never watched Armada. I never watched it.
It's Andromeda.
Andromeda, sorry.
And it's obviously, they had the idea for, like, it's like a lightsaber and a phaser put together.
Yeah.
But it does look like a big metal dildo.
I confused it with that terrible Ernest Cline book, Armada.
Andromeda's probably just as bad. I've talked about this before, but Andromeda's fucking terrible.
I never watched it.
The idea for it is fucking genius and would have made an amazing show.
Yeah, you told me the idea.
Yeah.
Yeah, but Kevin Sorbo, you're already putting yourself behind the 8 ball.
It's true. Like, Kevin Sorbo, once he, like, left Hercules, The Legendary Journeys, like, lost his fucking mind.
Yeah, he's insane. Him and Lorenzo Lamas. What was Renegade? Remember Renegade?
Oh, God, yeah. Yeah.
He went crazy too, I think. They like,
But, like, Kevin Sorbo has, like, I felt bad for him when I found out about it. Like, his entire career is based on the fact that he's a handsome muscle man.
yeah,
And
well.
he has a disease that eats his muscles.
Oh,
And
really?
That's why, like, he doesn't have his shirt off all the time in Andromeda like he did in
Right.
Hercules. And so that's where his career went.
That
Like,
sucks.
He's charismatic and he has muscles. Like, if The Rock lost all of his muscles, he's also not going to have a career.
No, I disagree. I love The Rock.
The Rock is actually funny.
Yeah, he's self-aware. It's because he was a wrestler, so he gets it, right? Like, he gets,
Yeah.
like, how to do that.
It's weird seeing him when he was a wrestler and he's, like, super muscular, but then you see him now and he's, like, 100 times more muscular somehow.
he did, like, he did, like, what Stallone did. Like, they just worked the fuck out, like, all the time. Stallone definitely took steroids. Like, there's
You
no-
can look at Stallone's arm and see the steroids
It's-
going through the million veins.
It's a legit pill just going through his face.
Yeah. And you just see it going through, like, fucking, he looks like when Bane does the fucking juice,
juice,
and
yeah.
his, like, veins move.
Pop
That's
out.
what he looks like all the time.
Yeah, man. I don't think The Rock does that because
No.
I think he's like pretty like not with that shit. But like, yeah, in the 80s, like, I'm sure Schwarzenegger did. I mean, fucking like, Hugh Jackman probably does steroids to be Wolverine. Like, nobody looks like that. That's fucking
No,
insane.
not
man.
really. I mean, like, the thing is, like, Hugh Jackman will go on the record and say that, like, he doesn't eat or drink for, like,
Well, that's
8 hours
that's what
before shooting a
bodybuilders.
scene.
That's what bodybuilders do. They don't drink
Yeah.
water, so their veins pop. It's sick, dude.
It is sick. Fucking, speaking of steroids, did you watch the Bash Brothers Experience?
No,
on
I heard
Netflix?
about it, but I haven't seen it yet. I haven't
It
had
is
time
so
to.
fucking funny.
Dude, it's like, what do they do? Like what the
The thing, they have not put out anything in 9 years.
And now they come out with fucking this shit.
And they came out with a fucking visual poem about the goddamn Bash Brothers.
It's fucking stupid as shit.
It is so fucking funny though.
Oh,
It's like,
man.
it's just a bunch of songs strung together with this, like, ridiculous framing device they have going on.
That's funny. I gotta watch it.
Anyway, he finishes the email by saying, anyway,
Nice.
goodbye for now. Never give up. Never surrender.
Nice, yeah.
Signed Alan M.K. Jenkins, Esquire, the NSEA Protector, Rec Center, 2019.
I love it. I love it. That's great.
Awesome.
So good.
Starring Rock Ingersoll. Guy Fleegman.
Guy
Rock Ingersoll.
Fleegman. Guy
I
Fleegman.
fucking love Guy Fleegman.
Fucking greatest name.
Our next email is from Axe Wizard,
Whoa.
and it is entitled Amusing Subject Heading.
Nice. Good job. You did it.
Dear Yef and Yosh,
Okay. That's, yep.
I hear you're in a bit of an email drought. Oh, yeah? I'd like to help, but whenever I try to write in, my brain seizes up, and I can't think of anything to contribute.
Welcome
my
to being
sincerest
alive.
apologies, the Axe Wizard of Megas 2. Thank you for that informative email, Axe
I
Wizard.
thought his name was just Axe Wizard, or their name, and now it's the Axe Wizard. He's in charge of the axes.
Like, he's been doing Axe Wizard from Megas 2 since that episode on the Discord. Like, he's, like, changed a lot of shit to Axe
that one's
Wizard.
one of my favorite episodes. I love that one.
I love that, too.
It's so-
We need to go back and do more
I know.
on the animated series.
They're so bad though. Did we do the Quetzalcoatl one?
We haven't done that one yet. We'll
That
have
one's
to do
crazy.
I wish I remembered Axe Wizard's Instagram. You might be able to find it if you just search Axe Wizard. He does this really cool, like, Adobe Illustrator kind of, like,
That's
vector art.
That's cool.
Like, he did the art for Tapan's radio on Subspace.
Okay, yeah.
And he's really fucking fun. I love that little art
That's
style.
cool.
So.
I got a new phone, so I don't remember my Instagram password anymore.
Uh-oh. You're not missing anything.
Yeah.
Instagram sucks.
You know how long it's been since I've logged into Instagram? Gotta be like 4 years, 5 years.
Jesus, it's gone, dude. Our next email is from Ryuns.
Okay.
Let me see if I remember how to say this right. Rian? Rian?
Rian?
Rian.
I don't know.
Rian.
I can't read because it's not in front of me.
And it's Rian.
Rian?
She explained how to say her name to BAM streaming once, and I was there.
Well, I'm
But,
just probably ruining it. I'm sorry.
I've ruined it every single time I've ever said it. So
It's okay.
it's entitled "Totally Not a Copy and Paste Email."
Okay. So I believe that. I'll take your word for it.
Hey there, Trek boys. Trek boys. Big fan of you here.
Oh, like the letter
Thank
U?
No, Y-O-U
Oh,
and
cool.
us.
Thank you.
How about that episode of Star Trek you talked about last episode? What a doozy. I thought it was
so
very
good.
cool.
I can definitely see how this isn't a copy and paste email.
Anyway. Here's my Boston Sean Dupree's Pitch It or Ditch It.
All right, let's do it.
It is entitled Trek Boys, The Quest for Love.
What?
Ensign Kevin is in his bunk, minding his own business, when a spacecraft quake jolts him out of his daydream. When he wanders towards the commotion in his pajamas, he finds out something isn't entirely right with his fellow crew members.
I like how Kevin is sleeping over in this one. We're having a sleepover.
As they have been making several romantic advances at him, torn between his freshly
That
budded
seems-
romantic feelings and his
normal.
moral compass driving him to find the cure for his crew, Kevin is sure in for a fun adventure. How will the crew get through this conundrum? I like how we're not even in this one.
Are
Actually,
we the crew? Is that us or what?
I don't know. The thing is, Kevin goes other places. He's an inspector. He's a Starfleet inspector.
Should we tell Kevin he has his first fan fiction about him?
Maybe. Like, he on the last episode, he was like, "What is my story anyway? Why am I here?"
Good
And I was like,
question.
"Oh, you're a Starfleet inspector. You get sent to inspect us to make sure we're up to regulation, but then
Yeah.
you just fuck off and do the show with us."
That's cool. What a cool inspector.
That's the reason why we haven't been shut down yet. So,
Thank God.
if you're a patron, you'll have seen every audio log that we put up, which is a little behind-the-scenes stories that are happening in the M-Class universe that we put up.
Yeah.
There's a little blurb at the bottom from Admiral Paris.
Oh, Admiral Paris is in charge of us? Goddamn, he's a hard ass, dude. That
like-
dude hates his own son.
No doubt, right?
I mean, I do too.
Owen Paris is his name, Admiral Owen Paris, and he mentions Inspector Cole several times in them.
Crazy.
Apparently, Inspector Cole is not doing his job,
Well,
and Admiral Paris is upset about it.
yeah, well, fix your dad-son issues, right?
Yeah. Fix yourself before you go fixing Starfleet. Idiot.
Yeah, clean your own house up, you fuck.
I'll pitch that. Kevin finding love.
Hell yeah. I love that Kevin's getting love, both in email form and in story form.
Dude, people love Kevin.
Who doesn't?
Kevin, like on the Discord, like, they talk about us sometimes, but it's mostly just how much they love Kevin.
Yeah, that's fine with me. I'm cool
They
with that.
love that guy. Thanks for all the podcasts. Live long and keep trekking.
Nice.
Lieutenant Reuns,
Okay.
kid hater of the SS Infant Butcher 3.
Craziest ship, man. I can't believe they let that one go.
Well, it is an SS. That's fine.
Oh, it's just like a whatever.
Sovereign starship.
Yeah.
Infant Butcher 3. I wonder what happened to the first two. Got too full of infants to butcher, I guess. Thanks for that email, Rien.
Yeah,
Rien?
that was
I
good.
don't know. I tried. I really did. I really tried.
You'll get it.
Our next email is from Yakub, whose name I say right every time.
I don't say anybody's name right. That's part of my shtick, though. I always say wrong names.
Check out this vegan gach I replicated.
What?
Hashtag Kapla. Hashtag Dekta Hivis.
I don't wanna-
Hashtag Beach Life.
I don't want to eat real gawk, though, either, so I don't know.
Gawk is just worms.
Yeah, I'm
I
not
don't
eating
wanna eat
worms, dude. I'm not doing that. Fuck that shit.
How do you envision social media in the Star Trek future? And before you give a monosyllabic answer, I know, no one enjoys the state of them at the moment, but you can't deny it's revolutionary.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think people would care as much about that stuff in the utopia of Star Trek.
See, I think people would be into it, but it wouldn't be like, I fucking ate a sandwich, or like I hate the economy, or like
I hate Sonic.
I went to the Grand Canyon. Like,
Yeah.
it wouldn't be any of that shit. It would be like, we're this close to finding the nuclear quantum realm where physics originally, physics of our universe originated from. And here's
Right.
the details for anyone who wants to help along with the experiment.
Yeah, maybe it would be like a message board of like science or something. I just don't think that they
Like, I
would.
still think there would be like a art social media for sure with people because there'd be so many artists.
Well, the internet
And
would still be in some form like a free space of ideas. So that's the thing. But I don't think there would. People wouldn't put pictures of themselves doing stuff so much. I don't think they would care. The doing it is what matters to them. That's why they're better
True.
than us. We're
I
horrible.
mean, there could be I don't think there would be so much as pictures of themselves. I think there would still be the pictures of, like, here's my wife and family standing in front of the Grand Canyon. Look at the majesty and beauty.
yeah.
I don't think it would be, like, selfies would not be a thing.
Yeah, maybe it would just be like a super toned down version of the bullshit.
Oh,
we
yeah.
have.
It would be, like, the most beautiful social media that ever existed.
Would it be like
Full
the
of,
internet in like 2009 when the internet was great before baby boomers got the internet?
I feel like it would be a lot of, like, there'd be artists, scientists, like, engineers, like...
That's a beautiful vision.
Like, all these people who, like, create and make things and answer the big questions, and they would all be sharing their information freely with each other, because there's no, like, need for profit.
Right, there's
on
no
Earth
clickbaity art, like there's no, because who cares, right? There's no profit. Yeah.
I mean, social media would have a lot of, like, reporting and stuff, of, like, issues and stuff, like Jake
Right.
Sisko style reporting.
You mean
And
Scoops
nobody
McGee?
would... Scoops McGee. It'd be definitely Scoops McGee,
Scoops
but there
McGee!
wouldn't be, like, people angry that they're out there telling the truth, and there wouldn't be people putting
Right.
spin on shit.
Yeah, there probably would be, I would assume there would be, like, a filter for that type of shit. Because, like, what if the Romulans want to rig the election?
That's true. That's true.
How
We'd
would-
end up with a Cardassian president.
How would you stop it, right? Like, I don't know.
I don't think people would be getting their political information through their social media in the future.
God, that would be wonderful.
I think there would be real reporting like places in
Yeah.
like the database that Earth shares
Yeah.
for like real reporting of issues, and like the politicians and stuff would be much more upfront about what they want to do, because you can actually do those things in this future. It's not just a whole bunch of I'll do this, but I'm never going to touch it really because it's too difficult.
I think the real question we should be asking is like, so like, let's say you go to Cisco's, the restaurant, right? And like you teleport, you transport to Louisiana, New Orleans, and you really love the food. You love it. Is there like Uber? I mean, Uber Eats.
Oh, can you get it like transported to you?
Can I get like can you beam me over some like Creole food because I really want it?
Here's the thing. Yes, but not at Cisco's.
Because he doesn't.
Cisco's
do that
dad
shit.
would never do that.
No, he
shit.
wouldn't do that shit. He's like,
he'd be like, "You come to my restaurant and you
you
sit
have to
down
sit
and you eat
and
it."
you have to listen to the piano. Yeah, you're right. That's okay. But
You'd have to be fairly lazy not to walk 2 steps over to your transporter.
does every house have one? That'd be crazy. Oh my god.
Because like Cisco talks about going home.
Oh, yeah, he
talks about
beams
like
into the
transporting
house.
into his living room.
Yeah. Wow.
Like every house has a transporter.
That, you know what, man? That would be amazing.
It really would be.
Oh my god.
Dude, fucking imagine like you're sitting at home and you're like, man, I'm feeling like I haven't done a whole lot in my life. Like I haven't seen a whole lot.
Right.
And then like you look over at your fucking transporter and you're like, I want to go to the Grand Canyon. You just
do
step in and you're there.
It's crazy. It would
be
make Earth
fucking
feel so
amazing.
small. It would make
Oh,
everything
yeah.
feel so small.
And I feel like that's the problem with Earth in a way, and
Right,
the
staying
modern
on
era
Earth,
is like
yeah.
like the modern era of Earth, the real problem is we don't view it as a small place that we all share. We view it as a large place that we all have our territory.
There's still limitation. Like, well, I think because, I mean, to circle back around to the internet, I think because of the internet, our generation feels like the Earth is much smaller. And I feel like my parents, they don't know. They live in a different planet. They live in like a different world.
Like a lot of our generation, like I'm not gonna say all of it because fucking proof is in the pudding online, but
Right.
like a lot of our generation and the younger generations after us, we view the world as smaller and therefore like more precious.
Right, and
like, we're all sharing.
The
it.
differences aren't as apparent, if they are even differences at all. I would argue that most of them aren't.
And like I could, if we had a transporter in every home, and you could go anywhere on Earth, like think about how much you would value the world that we live on.
Yeah.
And you can see all of its great
because it
wonders
becomes
whenever.
yours. It's yours too, right?
Yeah.
And that's the problem. Like we don't think of like we all like go to the Grand Canyon and we're like we take a trip and it costs money and we're like staying in a hotel that's not ours or whatever the fuck you do when you go to the Grand Canyon or whatever.
Yeah, you have to go through all this other
Yeah.
stuff in order to experience the experience.
Right.
That's not that experience. It's not the good part.
It's not
you have to go through all the bad
reward.
part.
Yeah, and like once you can just go to the Grand, it's like your backyard. It becomes yours. It's everybody's.
Yeah.
It's beautiful, but you know,
And it's like you feel responsible for that at that point.
Yeah,
like
personally.
if you step through a door and you're at the Grand Canyon and there's like some trash there,
You pick
you'll
it
be like,
up.
there's fucking trash in my backyard.
yeah. Exactly. It's like this is my problem. I have to deal with this.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
I think that's absolutely fucking wonderful. Like I dream of that.
It would be
Like,
great.
I look in the corner where there's like a little shelf with stuff on it, and I'm like, that should be a transporter. Like I should be.
I'm
able
not
to-
gonna lie to you. It would freak me out a little bit,
There's a scary element to it,
but only because we
like-
don't have them, right?
Yeah, exactly. It's like I'm sure if you told somebody, I mean, I guess I'm talking to the wrong guy about this, but if you told somebody about planes before they were invented, they would be like, never. I would never do that.
Yeah, but I know like rationally, like that planes are how they work. You know what I mean? Like I know
Yeah.
how it goes, so I
It's
can
like-
understand that.
It's like there's a certain fear to it. Like
Yeah.
I don't really know how this works, but I guess the difference is in the future most people do know how it works.
Yeah, Heisenberg compensator was fucking genius.
Whatever the fuck that is. Thanks,
it
Heisenberg.
lets you know where the electrons are in an atom because nobody ever knows where they are because they don't spin around. They pop in and out, and nobody knows why. They have no idea why they do that.
I guess we'll find that out eventually.
Hopefully, if we're around.
Yeah. It's like transporters, like if I had, I always joke and say that if I had one piece of Star Trek technology, it would be the replicator.
Yeah, the replicator is tough to pass up because like so much shit you could make.
And like it's really difficult for me to choose between the replicator and the transporter.
Didn't I say this before? You make a replicator, you get an industrial replicator, and you replicate a transporter.
That's true. I don't think like houses and shit get an industrial replicator though.
No,
I
they're
think
like
that's
special.
only for like
yeah, they're special.
But like to be able to just walk to a hole in the wall and say pizza,
I know.
and a pizza will appear.
It's-
Walk to a hole in the wall and say filet mignon, and it just appears.
It's tempting in a way that's hard to not have. Because, like, damn, man, I could just get, like, fucking delicious Indian food, whatever the fuck I want.
Fuck yeah, dude! I would be saying if they had like a little thing in my house that said how many times I said a word, it would be 100% of the time you say the word curry.
Dude, curry, I would order fucking, like, chai tea, like, out the ass. I'd be pissing pure chai tea out of my dick. I would never stop drinking chai tea.
I would just have steak so much
Oh
that
my
eventually
God.
I would just ruin myself on steak and have to
Oh
move on
my
to something
god,
else.
yes, dude. Holy shit, I fucking love steak.
And prime rib, medium rare.
Dude, I'll go full rare, baby. I don't give
Oh,
a
yeah?
shit. Give me a tapeworm. I don't give a fuck.
I've only had full rare once, and it was just a little too cheap.
At a restaurant, it's tough because full rare is basically like it's just not even cooked. But I'll go medium.
You gotta
rare
get the
at a
sear on the outside, right?
Yeah,
Like,
you gotta go medium rare at a restaurant. You can't risk
Yeah,
it.
I usually like at some restaurants I have to go medium because like
Yeah.
they'll just throw that shit on there
Yeah.
for 2 seconds,
I
call it
know.
medium rare.
I'm cool with it though. I've eaten it. I've eaten my steak. That's
Oh yeah,
the whole
like I
plate's
eat
like,
whatever steak comes to my table, dude.
Dude, we talked about this, how we can both eat, like, so much steak. It's, like, crazy.
Oh, yeah.
Like, dude, I could eat, like, 64 ounces of steak and not stop.
No doubt, dude. Like,
It's so
like,
good.
like we went to this place that had these massive steaks. I'm talking like fucking 16 ounce, 18 ounce.
Yeah, yeah.
And my wife and I both got one. My wife Crystal, we both got one, and Crystal was like ate like I don't even know like 1/5
Yeah.
of hers.
Yeah.
I ate all of mine, all of hers, and she had to talk me out of getting another one.
Dude, that's like my mom. Like, when my mom, like, they like to grill out, right? Like, they grill out in the summer all the time. Mm-hmm. And, like, my mom gets these, like, fucking giant, like, whatever, like, flank steaks or prime rib or whatever the fuck they get. And, like, my mom can't ever eat it, so she just gives it to me, and I'm just, like, full of, like, 2 giant steaks. At the-
Fuck yeah, that's a dream. That's a dream
my
scenario.
God, and
I love it.
fucking
I've
baked
only lived it
potato.
once.
my mouth is watering right now. I'm so hungry.
Yeah, I'm really starved. Do your parents do the like well done shit?
No.
Mine always
No,
did.
no,
Every
it's-
time they did it, I fucking winced.
No, it's like blood. There's blood coming out of these fuckers at my
Dude, I would much rather do full rare than anything even approaching.
My dad,
well done.
My dad was like notorious for the rare. Like, he would not even cook the steak. Like, it was crazy.
Like, I don't know. Like, she always, like anytime I order medium rare around like anybody's family members, they're always like, "How can you eat that?" And I'm like, "You're eating shoe leather."
yeah, no, you can't. It's a crime. It's a fucking crime, dude. You can't.
The
eat
thing
that.
is, like, there are a lot of restaurants that literally take the trimmings from the actual steaks and just cook that.
Yeah.
Because you won't be able to tell the difference
You don't
if
know.
you're getting it well done.
Yeah, it's disgusting. No, there's like reputable restaurants that will not give you that. They'll be like,
That's the way it should
I'm
be.
not.
You're just
doing
wasting the meat at that point. I guess you paid for it. You can do whatever you
that. Yeah,
want.
but like, it's like an insult to the cook and the chef, dude. Like,
Yeah.
you can't. It's sick.
I want a steak so bad right now.
Yeah.
I'll probably won't have a steak for the next year and a half, and that's all I want right now.
I know. I'm even thinking about like eating at my mom's, which like I hate.
Well, you might get a steak out of it.
They make steak in the summer, so I make an appearance every now and then. And corn on the
Yakub
cob. Go, yeah.
I love corn on the cob.
Fuck yeah, dude.
Yakub continues. Obviously, the writers for the older series couldn't predict the scope and importance of the internet and how it changed the way we communicate. That's what made me wonder about social media. Is there a place for a universal platform to share food pictures or request carpooling to the next station over? Maybe since we mostly follow Starfleet vessels, social media use is banned because of security reasons. Honestly, with all of Discovery's retcons and idiotic ideas, I'm surprised the showrunners didn't accept a huge amount of cash to include Facebook or Twitter.
Yeah.
Can you imagine Michael Burnham's wall of inspirational quotes on Mycelium-gram? Live, love, and kill a Klingon.
Nice.
Yours socially, Ensign Yakub of the USS Desktop Porn Folder.
Is it named New Folder?
It's named Not Porn.
Not
in all
porn.
caps.
Don't look in here, though. I think you're giving social media a little more credit than... I mean, it's only been around for, like, 10 years, so who knows, right? Like, I hate Facebook. I don't go on it, so...
Yeah, I don't go on Facebook.
I don't think social media is playing as much a part of the future as maybe Yakub thinks it will.
It got an orange putty from fucking Power Rangers elected president.
Yeah.
So it's a bigger fact of life than we give it credit
Yeah,
for.
no, I just mean, like, long term, like, in the long stream of things.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know.
I think social media as it exists now might not exist forever, but there will be a social media forever now. It's like something that human beings created that, like,
Yeah.
it's gonna change as time goes along, but there will always be a social media now.
Yeah, I guess.
I feel like there's gonna be a social media janitor, like like a guard or something, like somebody who's like, there's gonna be a job it's people's job to go through all of the complaints. Like, there's gonna be millions of people working this job.
There
that
already
you go
are,
through
though. That's like, that's. Did you hear that thing about, like, the Facebook guys, people who have to, like, look at all the bullshit on Facebook? They're looking at horrible shit. It's like fucking their life up because they gotta see, like, terrible shit.
Well, in the future, we'll also have a better algorithm for actually catching the worst shit
Yeah.
and getting rid of it. Maybe it'll be like a robot thing. We'll just create the uprising.
Maybe we'll
that
make
way.
the fucking holograms do it. The doctor holograms.
Like, the thing is, Facebook employs, like, a minimum number of people to do that job. Like, far below the amount of people they would need to actually do it.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know if I agree that it'll be around. I feel like maybe it won't.
I couldn't imagine human beings the way we are now ever giving up social media. It is a way to self-aggrandize yourself in a way that no
But
one
that's
has ever
why
been able
in
to do
Star
through
Trek it
history.
wouldn't exist because people aren't into that anymore. They're evolved.
Well, if we get to the Star Trek future, that'd be great. I feel like it's a message board type situation, but
that's kind of how I feel. Like, it's like old
they call
internet.
a message board is a social media.
Yeah.
It's like, just because it ain't Twitter or Facebook doesn't mean it's not a social media.
Yeah, no, then I agree. If it's just like sort of like a,
I don't think the future is going to be Twitter or Facebook. I think those are
Right.
going to go by the wayside.
I agree.
Like, regardless of whether we ever get to Utopia or not, Facebook and Twitter have a limited lifespan.
Yeah, hopefully we're near the end.
I still like Twitter for the most part.
It's all right.
Like, the thing about Twitter is that I just follow artists for the most part, so I just see this, like, stream of beautiful art every time I get on Twitter.
Well, good for you, Jeff.
Yep. It's great for me. Everybody suck my dick.
Okay.
So, our last email of the night, now that my voice is nice and sore,
Yeah, baby.
is from Rich Masters, the Peyote Master.
All right. Do you have to listen to last week's episode to know?
It would help.
Uh-oh.
There is a previously on.
Oh, okay.
It is entitled Better Late Than Never, 1 a.m. here, sideways frowny face.
Okay.
Trekkest of nights to you, Phantom Thief Goofus aficionados.
Oh my god, it's already happening.
So you think you can just swan off, be sick, then come crawling back, huh?
Who's he talking about?
Well, I've got news for you, mister. You could pretend to have all the stomach bugs you want, but when you get STIs from Ryza... Seriously, Josh, Wiener science is also the methodology and hypothesis parts, not just the experiments. You endanger everyone who visits Satellite M.
Man, here's the thing about Ryza. I go to the replicator, I go, hey, antibiotics. And it's like, okay, here you go, take these. Okay, cool.
Spivsy only popped in to drop off a get well card, and now he's got double space herpes. And don't get me started on Tapapi. She only sat on your toilet seat once, and now there's some weird space baby growing in her and controlling her thoughts.
That's how you get it from me.
And Desrath, well, Desrath just had a case of the blues, but it was still pretty bad. So in closing, never be sick again.
Alright, I'll try.
Migraines we can cope with. Insomnia will abide. Podcast firing, as long as it isn't this one.
He knows all of my ailments.
We'll sort of get over maybe one day, possibly in the future, potentially never. But space STIs will still forgive, I guess. But we'll be super sore because we all missed you.
Well,
You think about it, Josh. Don't make us send Nagilum after you.
Oh, I was seeing Nagilum. I was fucking fever as fuck, dude.
He was really here.
I was like...
He was like, is Josh okay?
Like, nah, you might not make it.
I was like, I don't know, Nagilum. You might want to use some of that space magic on him. And he was like, maybe later. I don't feel like it right now. Anyway, I've got to go.
I'm a weird blue face. What can I do?
Anyway, I've got to go. I'll be back. Seriously, though, I hope you feel better, Josh.
I'm here. I'm good. We're good. Not dying.
So my last episode was a two-parter, and I couldn't be sure anyone would have remembered it. So in true TNG fashion,
okay.
Most authoritative voice, please, Jeff. Okay. Previously on Star Trek: The Next Generation,
God,
Season 8.
It's like I'm watching the show.
Or how about previously on Star Trek: The Next Generation, Season 8. Previously on Star Trek: The Next Generation, Season 8. The Enterprise is saved in battle by a Jem'Hadar first by the name of Tora Nima.
What?
Who has been set free of the encoding that guarantees allegiance to the Founders. He requests asylum, but he is on the run from the USS Abenax, captained by Picard's old Academy rival/friend, and Tellarite, Captain Hethan Brainham.
Whoa.
Impressed by Picard's respect for his plight, Tora Nima tells the captain of a breeding and training complex for Alpha Quadrant Jem'Hadar. He hopes he can get to the young soldiers early, before their genetic encoding can take hold, and asks Picard to help him.
Damn.
Intercepted by the Abenax, Picard is told by Captain Brainham that he is here to take the Jem'Hadar into custody and back to Starfleet after repairs to the Abenax are complete. Instructing Lieutenant Commander Data to sabotage both the Abenax and the Enterprise E, Picard leaves in a runabout for the Dominion base with Tora Nima and Data in tow.
Nice.
Abenax takes command of the flagship Enterprise and warns the crew that now Picard is a fugitive.
Uh-oh.
And now, the continuation.
Oh my god.
Was that authoritative enough for you?
I felt like I was being, my rights were being taken away. That's how authoritative it was.
We live in that time.
A side note, I went to Dunkin' Donuts today, and 3 cops were in there, and I almost said, wait, you guys moving in? And then I thought, oh, I don't want to get shot today.
Oh, yeah, you can get the shit knocked out of you for that. Stop resisting arrest!
He's got a gun! It's a donut, but it looks like it's a gun!
You're white. You would have been fine.
I don't know, man. I don't know.
Tora Nima and Data sit in the cockpit of the runabout while Picard sleeps. After 2 hours of the Jem'Hadar staring at him, Data asks why he's being studied. Confiding that he finds the android unsettling, Tora Nima asks Data about his life. Data confirms that he is not, at least in the Jem'Hadar sense of the word, alive. And his goal is to be human. The first, instead of scoffing, understands. You seek to improve your existence.
Nice.
In a way, Data explains, but he already has emotions and experience that has enriched his existence. But humanity has an intangible quality he finds wondrous. Uniqueness in an ocean of similitude. The Jem'Hadar nods, lamenting that all Jem'Hadar are bred to be virtually identical, to think and act within parameters. Then where is the growth, Data asks. Even the Borg are able to improve themselves. Toranima cannot answer.
Damn, he's fucking dunking on this dude.
Fucking full-on dunking.
This dude's 9-year lifespan is gonna be real shitty after this.
He's gonna be thinking about it the whole time. Remember when that fucking mannequin dunked on me?
Fucking sucked. That was a horrible day.
The title of this episode is The Third Way.
Nice, I like it.
On the Enterprise, Branham holds a meeting in the briefing room. That's the Tellarite captain.
Yes.
It's obvious from his tone that he's furious with Picard and insists they catch up with the runabout as soon as possible. Geordi confirms that Data has sabotaged both ships just enough for him to fix the warp cores in a few hours, but the weapons won't be so easy to fix. It's clear Data didn't want the ships floating dead in hostile space, but he didn't want them following either.
Doesn't want to come after it. That's smart.
Branham doesn't care about the motive. He gives Geordi the order to devote whatever resources he needs to get the ships back to full power, and dismisses the crew. In the shuttle, Toranima tells Picard the coordinates of the training grounds, making him a promise that he will kill Picard if he's tricking him in order to hurt the young soldiers.
Okay.
Picard states Toranima will have to trust him, and the Jem'Hadar states that trust is not nearly enough, before knocking him unconscious.
What?
Toranima then moves into the cockpit and subdues Data with a phaser blast.
Whoa, fuck, dude. Toranima, you're crazy.
Beverly again, huh? I keep giving Rich shit because he refers to Dr. Crusher as Beverly.
Yeah.
Like they're best
They're
friends.
on a first name basis. Yeah.
He does the same thing with Riker. He calls him Will all the time.
They're friends.
Beverly asks enters Riker's quarters to find the rest of the bridge crew there and apologizes for being late.
Ooh,
They discuss what to do.
Mutiny situation? Shit.
Yep. Obviously, they can't risk Branham finding Picard, can they? Bev wonders if they should help Branham save
Now he's
Picard
doing
from
it
himself.
on purpose.
Has he finally gone too far, thinking he can save the Jem'Hadar? Geordi sort of agrees. Picard simply doesn't know what he's getting into. Troy quite rightly reminds them all that Jean-Luc knew better than anyone what he was getting himself into when he let Hugh go. Maybe they shouldn't underestimate their captain.
Yeah.
A chime at Riker's door reveals Branham is paying his commander a visit.
Oh.
And he doesn't seem all that surprised to see the rest of the senior staff.
Shit, we're busted. Pretend you're a lamp.
Branham tells the bridge crew he hasn't reported Jean-Luc to Nechayev and reiterates he's not their enemy.
Goddamn Pacheco.
Branham wants to give his friend the benefit of the doubt. He dismisses everyone but Riker, and in private, Branham asks the commander what he knows about the Tellarites. They're reclusive and don't often join Starfleet on account of Will hesitates. Our general hostility and argumentative nature, Branham finishes.
You dumb shit.
Will admits he doesn't like generalizations, and Branham agrees he shouldn't. They're lazy and sloppy, but sometimes true.
You mean just like Tellarites?
You fucking pig.
Yeah, suck it.
As a species, Branham admits, Tellarites love a good fight. It's why they work for the Federation as negotiators, lawyers, and advocates. Mm-hmm. The captain says he's known Jean-Luc Picard a long time, and that the hardest fight he could imagine was getting that man to admit he's wrong. But he'd never hurt him in order to do that. He leaves Riker with the statement that he wants to help his friend, and Riker should too.
Nice.
Picard and Data wake up to find themselves being unloaded from the shuttle onto the asteroid base of the Jem'Hadar breeding ground.
These dudes love asteroids.
Well, asteroid's a good place to breed, I guess.
Yeah, in a tube.
Taken in restraints past scores of young, untested soldiers. The children stare at them with hatred and disgust, and Data tells his captain that he longs for the time he didn't understand what those glances meant.
Aw, Data.
Toranima presents his prisoners to the Vorta, and she is pleased, asking if his mission was a success. It was. The Abenax and Enterprise will make fine prizes for the Founders.
This butthole. Is he lying?
Hopefully. It's taken a day, but Geordi has been able to get the Enterprise to full power, but the Abanax is proving more difficult.
I could have done it sooner, but I was pretending to be a lamp.
He was in fucking Riker's room. Riker's asleep, and he's like, hey guys, can I come out?
Are we good? Is he here?
Clearly angered, Brainham orders his ship back to the nearest starbase and takes the flagship to follow the shuttle's warp signature. Damn. On the base, a tired Picard is woken by Data. The guards are coming. Toranima greets them, and Picard asks if he's in for another day of torture, and Data adding that this does indeed seem pointless. Toranima says they'll keep doing this until his men start asking the right questions.
What?
Picard is taken to a classroom and used to display the weaknesses of the human body, whilst Data's strength and reflexes are tested by the young soldiers. Toranima watches all with an air of disdain until one of the Jem'Hadars asks why these two men refuse to fight back. The Vorta storms out of the room, demanding Toranima come with her.
What?
The Enterprise follows the shuttle warp signature to the system where the base is located. Will, my best friend, advises that this is obviously a trap. It's far too quiet. But Brainham is so determined he orders the ship closer to the base.
It's far too quiet. Too far too quiet.
It's a little too wrath. As they approach, a squadron of Jem'Hadar ships appear on the sensors.
Oh, fuck.
Toranima pulls the two prisoners from their cells and takes them to an assembly hall filled with the young Jem'Hadar and the Vorta leader. The Vorta informs Picard and Data that they are to be executed, to show these Jem'Hadar what fate awaits any who oppose the Founders.
Shit.
When the Vorta raises her weapon, Toranima shoots her in the back.
Damn, sucking Vorta. You gonna fucking get cloned, you dummy.
You could have Vorta number 8, bitch.
Yeah.
Above the base, the battle does not go well, and the Enterprise is taking a beating from the multitude of Dominion ships. Brainham says at least they'll go down fighting, but the crew seems less than impressed. Yeah. Toranima stands over the dead Vorta and tries to convince the assembled children that the Dominion is not the true way. He says the Vorta's treatment of Picard and Data, two men who had risked everything to help them, showed how unworthy the Dominion are of the Jem'Hadar's loyalty.
Damn, they're alpha as fuck, dude. These alpha Jem'Hadar are crazy.
He gives... alpha as fuck. Aff. He gives an impassioned speech that the children seem to be listening to before a shot rings out from the crowd and hits him square in the chest.
What the fuck?
Picard is distraught and tries in vain to keep the soldier alive, pounding on his chest to keep his heart beating. Life is victory, Toranima whispers before dying.
That's awesome.
Picard refuses to stop trying to resuscitate Toranima, and the Jem'Hadar around them seem shocked, moving closer. As Data warns the captain they're surrounded, one of the Jem'Hadar places a hand over Picard's and nods to another. In space, well, you know, everything's in space, but like up in space or whatever.
I love it. This is the same thing I say, and people they roll their eyes when I'm like, yeah, everything's in space.
The Dominion ships suddenly stop firing. Brainham gives an order to keep fighting, but Riker belays it, telling Hawk to power down.
Damn, Hawk's still alive? I love it.
He's still here. He hasn't floated out into space dead yet.
Poor guy.
The Dominion ships form an ominous corridor to the asteroid, allowing the Enterprise to collect their crew.
What?
Back on the Enterprise, Picard and Brainham have dinner in Picard's quarters. His friend is still furious with him, and they debate the last few days. Brainham says this wasn't another Academy debate. There wasn't some magic option that would have solved the problem to everyone's satisfaction. Picard argues that if they stop looking for the third way, they may as well go back to their own planets and disband the Federation.
That's great.
Brainham gets up from the table, ending dinner, and maybe their friendship.
What?
If there's only one option, he says before storming out, I'd rather it be victory. And victory is life, Picard whispers, staring out his window pensively.
Oh my god, that's so fucking good!
That is amazing.
Dude, that life is victory line, that hit me, man. I was like, shit, that's fucking great.
That was wild.
Alright.
I definitely got to pitch that one. I got to pitch them all for sure.
That's the best one.
That hit me in my heart bone.
That's the best one, dude.
And done. This was the hardest one I've written so far and left me a bit exhausted. Maybe this is why they have a writing staff rather than one idiot in a laptop.
Yeah, well, I mean, sometimes, like, one person will write the story, and then they write the script, like, in a writer's room.
Yeah, I mean, you're writing better episodes than Star Trek is now, and you're one guy with a laptop, so
Yeah.
maybe they should switch the fuck over.
Yeah, maybe they need to hire you. Also, maybe they need to abandon their show and start making season 8 of Star Trek The Next Generation.
Yeah, no fucking doubt.
Yeah.
I hope you both enjoyed this one. Love me some Picard.
Hell yeah.
Jeff, never any need to feel guilty reading these out. I get a real kick out of doing them, and while I'm sure there are those that don't, I'll keep doing them as long as you guys keep enjoying.
I'm gonna fuck what those people think. Haters.
There are 2 notes I would like to leave here. One, what he's mentioning that I feel bad sometimes that this show, which no longer exists, I guess, this show is entirely predicated on the fact that a bunch of talented, funny people send us questions and pitch it or ditch it and story times and shit. And it's like, I feel like they're the ones that should be getting all the attention.
Yeah, we're just sort of like the relayers of info, I guess. I don't know.
Like I read things and react to them, and Josh reacts to them and makes jokes.
Yeah,
that's
pretty much
literally the whole show.
Pretty simple.
2, somebody who did not identify themselves sent my pal Rich a mean email telling him to stop sending in pitch it or ditch it.
No.
I would like to tell that person, go to your iTunes, where if you're listening to this, go to subscribe podcast and click the fucking X next to this, because you're not fucking allowed to listen to it anymore.
Oh my
Suck
god!
my dick off my body.
Wow.
Go to that fucking YouTube, hit unsubscribe on that bitch. Go to Twitter, fucking unfollow on that motherfucker.
That's the one that hurts.
Go to SoundCloud, fucking unlisten.
Delete it.
I don't know what they got on that.
Delete it from your cookies.
Delete your internet, delete your life.
Take
I don't want to fucking hear
Internet
it.
Explorer, drag it into the recycle bin.
Like, I don't want anybody saying one fucking sideways word to my boy Rich.
No,
he gives us
man.
a beautiful story time
Yeah.
every fucking 2 weeks.
I know. It's so good. I can't. God, it's fucking so good.
It makes me feel like we've all fucking, like, everybody who's listening to this podcast and us, we all, like, gather around the campfire
Yeah.
and I read this story
It's
that
super.
Rich has made
It's super
for us.
intimate. It's super fun. I love it.
I love it. And if you're not into it, that's fine. Like, if you're not a story time guy, that's fine. That's why I read this email last.
Yeah.
So you can skip it if you want.
You can also bop it.
Yeah, you could. Don't skip it if you're allergic to it. If you have the religion that you can't skip it, you can bop it though. But it's just fucking like, this guy gives us all this amazing free content, and some fucking prickhole was like, I'm gonna fucking tell this guy not to send it because I'm not a fan.
Maybe they're jealous.
Like, yeah, they're for sure jealous. Like, this dude is writing 10 out of 10.
I'm
fucking
jealous.
home
It's
runs.
amazing. I mean, I'm like
Yeah.
healthy jealous. Look, Rich, you're right. This is an incredible season of Star Trek stories. Like, I dream of a world where we got this. Like, oh my god, dude.
Oh yeah, like I close my eyes at night and this season plays. Like,
Yeah.
it's so fucking amazing. It's my dream season.
I need like a book of I don't know. I need like some physical form of this so I can look at it.
Well, there was talk. Rich and I had talked before because I had made like an episode art, like an
Yeah.
M-Class style episode art for his Pitch It or Ditch It
Yeah.
before. And he wants to create like a script type thing, like where you can read these and it has the art
Right.
at the top of them.
That's cool.
As like a PDF or something. So it might happen one day.
Well, I'm in. Whatever it takes.
I'm in because I want that to happen, and I can keep these stories and read them forever. And also, you have to pay me money to get that art, so I'm
There
on
you
board
go.
for that too.
That's a win-win-win. 3 wins. The third win. The third way.
The third winged. He finishes out the email by saying, "Loves y'all, Rich, facilities manager aboard the IKS Rotaran.
Okay.
Cleaning the bloodstained floors isn't that bad, but it's really hard procuring all these red light bulbs. There are other colors, people."
Right? What's up with that?
What's up with...
Why does the guy
They
look
must
so
have real
ominous?
fucked up vision when they get off of those things.
Maybe it makes them like real horny for battle or something. Who knows?
It's one of those like color theory things. Like McDonald's, it's
Yeah.
like makes you hungry.
Yeah.
Maybe it makes you fucking hungry for battle.
I don't think red and yellow make me hungry. Nothing really makes me hungry for McDonald's except maybe like extreme starvation.
I like McDonald's fries a lot.
I do too, which is weird, right?
Like McDonald's, well, it's not weird since they're like salt with like a little tiny bit of potato. It's like 9
Just the
pounds of
salt.
salt and a little bit of potato.
I like the cheeseburgers. I'll just eat like 4 of them and then shit my brains out.
Like McDonald's has kind of alright chicken sandwiches.
I don't
They have,
trust the
like,
chicken at McDonald's. Don't get me
It's
started.
not real chicken. It's made of kangaroo. or
I
something.
know.
It's not bad.
I don't. I've had a bad chickens there.
Well, the thing is, like, here's a challenge for everybody out there who goes to McDonald's and who like swears by the chicken nuggets at McDonald's.
Do not ever eat those.
Take your little dippers and set them to the side, and just take a bite out of that chicken nugget and tell me what the fuck that tastes
Yeah,
like.
don't dip it. Don't fucking dip it. Just eat it. Like just raw.
I realized like a while back, like this year, but a while back this year, that I had never eaten a chicken nugget without dipping
sauce.
it.
I love.
And I took a bite, and I was like, "This is awful."
No, it's terrible. It's fucking terrible. I love Wendy's chicken nuggets. They're my favorite. They're so
Yeah, Wendy's
good.
chicken nuggets are good, especially when they had the spicy nuggets.
Bitch, they got them sriracha sauce now. Oh my fuck,
Oh
dude.
my god.
So goddamn good.
I'm erect right now.
Dude,
Where the fuck
they
did
got
you go to Wendy's?
They've got weird like nugget counts. Like you can get like okay at Burger King like their nuggets are like okay. They're not great.
They're like Burger Kings are kind of like few and far between out here.
Yeah. Well, like you can get 10 for $1.50, which is like absurd. So like you
yeah.
better be getting them, and like they're okay. But Wendy's, I think it's like 4 or 6, which is like what kind of number is this? Like
Yeah, like who the fuck eats 4 chicken
I need
nuggets?
4. I need like at least 6. Like, but I want more than 6. You know what I mean? Like I want 10. 10's like a good
I'm
number.
trying to get a 10-piece.
Yeah.
10-piece chicken nugget. That's how it works.
And if you say the wrong number, they like fucking laugh at you. They're like assholes. Like, bitch, I don't fucking know why is there? It's like the metric system. I don't fucking know what a kilometer of chicken nuggets is.
Dude, that reminds me of fucking like every time I go to like I think it's Wendy's and I order like the like Frosty and I'm
Yeah.
like, yeah, I'll have like a medium. They're like, we don't have medium, you fucking
It's
idiot.
like I don't know.
It's small or large.
Like, why would you have a medium? Like, what's the
And I'm
point
just
of
like,
not having a?
why don't you pick one of them and give it to me, you piece of shit?
Give me the large. That's what they want. They want you to just be like, give me the big one.
Yeah. I feel bad for fast food workers, but there are times like 99% of the time I feel bad for them, but when I'm in the fucking drive-thru and they laugh at
Yeah.
me, I don't feel that
Yo,
bad.
I
for them in
watched
that
it. I
moment.
watched like a kid. I don't know how old he was. He was probably like 20 something. I watched him very professionally and nicely handle some crazy old guy at a Burger King one time. And I was like, this kid fucking does not deserve this shit. And he fucking handled that shit like a fucking... I would not have handled it that way. I'd have been like, look, dude, get out of here.
Like, you can tell, like, that's the phrase, isn't it? Like, you can tell a lot about somebody by how they treat whoever's waiting on
Yeah.
them, right?
Yeah.
I just don't understand, like, taking that type of attitude.
He was mad
with
about his
people.
sandwich. And it's like, look, like...
He didn't fucking make
Dude,
your sandwich,
old
dude.
old people, they cannot go to fast food. Old people fucking cannot go to fast food restaurants. This isn't fucking like a restaurant. They just make it out of a thing. Like, it's what it is, dude. It's always the same. I don't know what you're complaining about. It's the same shit every time.
Like, if my sandwich is fucked up, like, if I order a sandwich and I order it with, like, ketchup and mustard and it has, like, mayonnaise on it or something, 9 times out of 10, I'm probably just gonna eat it
Exactly,
anyway.
because that's how you
But
and I are. We'll just be like, well,
But
whatever.
if it's, like, really fucked up, like, if I order...
there's a rat
like,
in it,
a chicken
yeah.
if I order a chicken sandwich and they give me, like, a fucking, like, 1 burger...
Yeah.
I order, like, 3 chicken sandwiches and they give me 1 burger...
Yeah.
I'll go over and be like, hey, man, I'm really sorry to bother you,
Right.
but it looks like I didn't really get what I ordered.
Yeah.
Like, if you wouldn't mind...
I would
could
be like, maybe you gave it to somebody. Maybe somebody got my order or something.
Yeah.
You know, I don't know.
But then,
Yeah.
like these people come up and they're like, my chicken
Yeah.
sandwich had the wrong amount of titties on it.
It's absurd. This guy...
How dare you?
this old fuck was just miserable, and he like wanted to complain, and like the kid was like, well, I mean, I'll give it to you for free. He's like I'll give you your money back, and the guy was like, no, and he just like left, and I was like, dude, like, I don't even, now you don't have your money or a sandwich. Like, what did you win? What did you gain from this? Like,
You
nothing.
lost your fucking dignity in that transaction, too.
And the kid just sort of like looked at me and I just like shook my head, and I was like, I don't know, man. Like, I don't fucking know, dude. Like, I don't know. I'm sorry. I feel like I have to say sorry to this kid for this fucking old asshole.
Yeah, I mean, like, having that little bit of empathy from somebody probably made that a hell of a lot easier for him to deal
Dude,
with.
it was stupid.
Like, that's all it takes is a little bit of fucking empathy, and then you're in the Star Trek future one day.
Hopefully.
That's all it takes.
Hopefully. The next thing you know, curry replicators.
Fuck, dude, like, oh man, I would go to like a different restaurant somewhere on Earth like
every day, right? You just,
and it's free. You don't pay money for
it
it.
would be incredible. Dude, that's like my dream. Just eat something different every day. Oh my
Yeah,
fucking
that would be
god.
amazing. I'd turn into a foodie snob. I'd
Oh,
be
God.
like, this doesn't have the correct amount of
But you
sauce
couldn't, because
to
everyone does
ratio."
it, so who cares, right? Like, you wouldn't be, because it'd be like, well, everyone goes to a different place every night, idiot.
Yeah, and I mean, if you don't go to a different place every night, you just go up to your fucking replicator and you say whatever you want into it, and it appears.
That's how I always am, like, when, like, I get, like, a wrong thing. I just think, like, well, now I am eating this today. Like, there'll be another time to eat another thing.
Yeah, like if I go to a restaurant and I get the wrong thing, especially if it's a fast food place,
Yeah.
I'll be like, oh shit.
My girlfriend does not
No.
suffer that shit. She will tell. And I'm the exact opposite. I'm like,
Well, she's like a manager at a place. Isn't
yeah,
she?
she's like a better human being than I'll ever be. So like, she like deals with it like a pro and like a grown up, and I just am like, whatever, it's fine. And I honestly, most of the
Yeah.
time, I'm just like, it's fine. I don't really care, because I don't like, the universe just gave me this right now. I'm glad I'm eating. That's how I kind of feel about it. Right?
I don't even have that kind of look at it. Like I get it, and like it's not the thing I ordered. I'm like, fuck, it's not what I ordered. Shit.
Yeah.
Fuck, man.
I
Shit.
honestly like I can't say I've ever been pissed about it. I just don't have that in me. I don't really care. Like, there's so many things to be mad about, and I'm just like, that's not one of them.
Well, you're mad about all the rest of it.
I'm mad about all the other things. I don't have room to be mad about the food. I don't care about the food. I have to pick and choose.
It's a weird era we live in where you can get like $1 sandwich at a place and get mad
About it. I know. It's like fucking, it's like literally like, I don't know. It's just pure like crack. Like McDonald's food is just crack, right? Like, it's addicting. It's like filling. It's delicious in like a bad way. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, I mean, like 99% of the time, I'm not gonna eat a McDonald's anyway.
Yeah.
Like, if I'm gonna, there's a McDonald's right across from a Wendy's here,
Go to
so I'm gonna
Wendy's.
go to Wendy's.
I know. Wendy's is great. JBC, dude. Oh, God, I want a fucking JBC right now. Fuck.
I go to like Sheets a lot. Like they have like fried food and shit,
Yeah.
and, like burgers
Yeah.
and hot dogs and like Tex-Mex shit.
That's like your guys' Wawa.
yeah.
We
And
don't
there's, like,
have
the big
burgers,
debate.
though. We don't have like that shit, which I will concede is nice, like burgers and shit.
Oh yeah, you can get like a personal pan pizza there actually.
We can't. We get hoagies.
Like they do hoagies and stuff as well. Like I imagine Wawa's probably better at hoagies.
Yeah, they also have.
But
macaroni
you do
and
just
cheese.
choose what you want. So
Macaroni and cheese there is so fucking good.
oh yeah, they like Wawa's mac and cheese is better than if you
Dude,
said
horse-
that because no one's ever eaten Sheets mac and cheese and said anything other than well that's mac and
They
cheese.
got like flavors, like horseradish. It's fucking amazing.
Like,
Sriracha.
Sheets did that for a little while and then they were like, wait, our mac and cheese is very mediocre. Never mind.
It's so creamy. It makes me want to just creamy my pants.
Yeah, I understand it. We're almost at the 2-hour mark on this last episode.
Last episode ever.
As stated before, we will for sure be back with more email sometime in the future. For now, like next time an email episode is supposed to roll around, you'll get a special treat
Yay.
for patrons and non-patrons alike.
Freebie.
A little bit of a freebie.
A little taste to get you wet your whistle.
Yeah, the first one's free.
Yeah, tell your friends.
And then after that, we'll see how things go. We'll see where we're at
figure
on
it
the
out.
whole email situation.
Yeah, we'll be back though at some point.
For sure. And we appreciate everybody who writes into the podcast, whether they're prompted or unprompted. We love all your emails.
Thank you.
If I'm sure there's a couple people who are like, what the fuck are you talking about? I sent an email and you didn't read it. I edit for content, so I'm sorry.
I've been sending emails this whole time and I never got one read.
Really? Where you been sending them?
The M-Class emails, plural.
Oh, shit. Looks like we both fucked it on that one.
Damn it! It's like one time I sent you the episodes, and it was like another Jeff Pennington. This guy's probably like, what the
other
fuck
Jeff
is
Pennington?
this?
What is this?
Like, why did this asshole send me these stupid podcasts about Star Trek?
He probably doesn't even know what the fuck it is. Like, he opened it up and it's just you talking to no one. He's like, what the fuck is
Dude,
this?
that'd be so funny. Holy shit. Just confuse the fuck out of that dude.
It's probably that special education teacher that has at Jeff
That's
Pennington.
who
And he
it
was
was.
just like, this shit won't end. Just leave me alone.
Knock it off! I have a family!
It's just a Twitter account. God damn it.
I'd give it to you, but I don't know how.
Thanks everybody who emailed in. If you would like to receive whatever replaces this a week early, or this when it comes back a week early, and tons of other free content, including art, audio logs, behind the scenes stuff, if any of that ever happens.
Yeah.
2 other podcasts and a talk over movies thing that we need to make another one of very desperately.
We got so many movies to watch. Holy shit.
You can head on over to patreon.com/mclasspodcast, and for as little as $1, you can get some of that.
Yep.
And probably all of that eventually, since it all unlocks after a certain amount of time.
Don't tell them that.
If you want it this century, you should probably just go ahead and up your pledge. Because I set some of that shit to unlock like years from
Holy
now.
shit.
So,
Like it's a time capsule, dude.
yep.
That's cool.
Hopefully I still have some of the same opinions I'm talking about in that.
That's true. Well, we're pretty old, so I think our opinions are pretty baked in. Right?
Yeah.
I don't know if that's going to change
We're
too
like
much.
the anti-baby boomers now.
Yeah.
We have much nicer opinions baked
Yeah.
in.
We have like...
Thanks everybody for listening.
Mm-hmm.
Thanks everybody for patronizing.
Yeah.
And we will see you in 1 week's time for more M-Class goodness.
Bye.
Bye-bye.